Elon Musk just said that he thinks English will be gone in 7,000 years from now. His reasoning is there was not even the faintest hint of English 7,000 years ago. This is what happened. He says, my son asked if we would still speak English 7,000 years from now. I said, probably not. There was not even the faintest hint of English 7,000 years ago. Well, I don't know if our planet will live for 7,000 years, but the people there under his tweet are commenting different things, which I will talk about now. But I also am going to give you 10 basic tips for family communication, because right now we need to worry more about communication between our families, between us, between spouses, fathers and children, than rather communicating thinking whether 7,000 years ago there will be English or no. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armen Hareyan from TorqueNews.com. If you are here first time, please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla and electric vehicle news and ring the bell so you don't miss my next coverage, as I'm going to give you more stories about Tesla today. So what happened today, early today, just hours ago, Elon Musk, Lex Fridman, they see language evolving with help of artificial intelligence. I don't know if that's going to be happening, but this is what happens. Tesla CEO Elon Musk said on Monday, just hours ago, he believes English will not be the spoken language 7,000 years in the future, responding to a discussion on civilization, technology, and artificial intelligence. So what happened? Musk was responding to Tesla AI lead Andrei Karpathy's post on Twitter, in which he said semiconductor technology is probably the deepest point in the civilization's explored technology tree so far, and wondered if there are any more such examples. He said, a friend yesterday mentioned that semiconductor technology is probably the deepest node in our civilization's explored tech tree. This actually sounds right, but is also a fun concept. Any other candidates? Karpathy's post drew a comment from AI researcher and popular podcaster Lex Fridman, who said that language as a technology has been explored deep enough and still has room for more discoveries with some help from AI. Elon Musk added that there was barely any sign of English about 7,000 years ago, and the same is likely true looking 7,000 years into the future. So here's what he said. He said, my son asked if we would still speak English 7,000 years from now. I said, probably not. There was not even the faintest hint of English 7,000 years ago. So why this matters? According to Yahoo Finance, Musk has been aiming to change the perception surrounding Tesla from an electric vehicle manufacturer to a robotics company. Tesla last week unveiled a humanoid robot called the Tesla Bot that runs on the same AI used by electric vehicle makers' fleet of autonomous vehicles. Tesla is also leading its autonomous driving effort. It's driving efforts with a pure vision based system rather than radar based. Karpathy has in the recent past detailed how the company is developing deep learning systems that only need video input to make sense of the car's surrounding. So friends, what do you think? Will there be English 7,000 years from now? I'm reading some comments under Elon Musk's post. Some people say, hey Elon Musk, any chance we can get a Dogecoin meme for your birthday? I think this is not totally not relevant at all. Other people say probably we will find new ways to communicate with the people, maybe telepathy. I say we will have an universal language, but the truth is that everyone will know about PWAR. Now I don't know what PWAR is. Maybe guys, some of you can tell me, but stick with me because I'm about to tell you 10 ways we can communicate today better in our family, so we don't have the problems and difficulties and fights in our family, so we can have a more peaceful life today. Who cares 7,000 years from now? So other people say, what would we speak then? Better yet, how would we communicate in 7,000 years in your humble opinion? Some people say telepathy. Others say, good point, your son is thinking of the future like you. Can you imagine a future where we communicate primarily in memes? Well, that's not a good idea at all. Now, other people say the future of language will be universal when the ruling few super conscious masters behind this rudimentary frontline veil of communication allotted for their highest heralds of the industry open the sealed vault within the lost recesses of their minds and rediscover the key to, now this was by key to release, then the AI HCSS software will allow the human brain to understand the 0-1 computer coding system at will and understand the corresponding thought codes of their segregation brethren with mathematical certainty, utilizing rapid intel organization. Well, from what I read so far in the comments, the future doesn't look really good if we're going to be like a keyboards like semi-human, semi-robots. I don't like this future at all. Thank God our life is measured here on this earth, that we're not going to see those days. And others say we'll be using neural link for conversations, probably much faster, and the ones receiving would get a better understanding than when using words. You know, friends, the more I talk about these things, the more I don't like what I'm talking about. I better give you 10 basic tips for family communications that are going to be more useful for you. So when you are communicating in your family, with your wife or with your husband, take time out to listen and discuss. Don't be too busy to listen to what your children has to say. What may be minor or inconsequential to you could be vitally important right now to your child. When your boy or girl is enthusiastic about something, share it, talk about it, build up, don't underestimate, don't undermine his or her enthusiasm, creativity, and curiosity. Show your interest. Also, let them know that interest and discussion is a two-way street. So take time to listen and discuss. That was the first point. The second point for better communication today between friends, between families, between spouses, don't always disapprove. Avoid sarcasm. That's very important. If a child finds out that what he or she says or does or like is going to be put down, soon he'll not communicate at all with you. After all, who wants to feel inferior every time he says something? A young person wants to be accepted, not rejected. So that was the second point. Don't always disapprove and avoid sarcasm. The third point, keep your promises. Try your best not to make promises you doubt you can really keep. Want to lose your child's or spouse's respect fast? Say you'll do something and then for your own convenience or less than important reason fail to come true after the other person has built up his or her hopes. This is a really serious letdown and the other person, child or adult or spouse, begins to lose faith in you. It's extremely important that your child respects you and sees you're trustworthy. Now, speaking of the fourth point, disagreeing, questioning is healthy. Disagreeing, questioning is healthy. Allow your child to disagree with you on a subject. Don't be afraid or ashamed to admit that you don't have all the answers to everything. As children enter their teen years, they begin to explore other value systems. They question pat answers and they usually try testing them first on their parents. No matter how distasteful it may seem to you, let them express the way they feel. Emphasize mutual respect, tone of voice, and they'll feel they can come back to you in a crunch. And fifth point, don't be quick to reject your child's friends or associations. Seldom are youthful peers or their ways totally acceptable to the parents or other adults. This doesn't happen always. Again, youth are searching, exploring, learning, requiring certain basic standards, yet accepting their differences with adults' culture will usually assure that your child will have some genuine and normal peer association and yet listen to you when you're really forced to object to aberrant behavior and activities on the part of your children and to their associations. Now, sixth point, don't be afraid to say no. It's important. Your child expects or your spouse expects standards and guidance, both positive and negative. He needs to know the limits that society restrictly will set for him, but choose carefully the time when no saying no is the answer. Bend and balance the rule to meet your child's legitimate human need and expectations. Now, seventh point is build up self-esteem. Regularly compliment, praise, hug, show affection for both your children and your spouse, your family members. This will reinforce both your child's sense of belonging and self-esteem and your role model. A good self-image, knowing that he or she is someone of value, allows the child to feel good about himself and stand on his own 2 feet. When the child feels that way, he or she can or their own say no when necessary to peer pressure. Okay. The eighth, don't preach at or nag your children. The surest way to stifle parent-child communications and the learning of solid life values is to preach at, nag, or constantly moralize over our children's behavior. Don't hesitate at appropriate times to share religious, moral, and ethical values, but it isn't necessary or helpful to pontificate every time they do something you disapprove of. Just make good examples. Take time, 9th point. This is the 9th point. Take time out to play together. Family activities, sharing in the child's interest and play are very important. Always being preoccupied or too busy formalize the parent-child relationship and make family life no fun at all. And the 10th, pray together. This is very, very important, friends. Pray together. Have a family altar in the home. Ask God's blessing at mealtime, work, studies, and activities. Encourage your children. Show the way as parent in praying. Receive the Lord's sacraments together frequently. See, these are the things that will change our lives today and make us better. 7,000 years from now, we're not going to be here. But let's think about how we can improve these days, these lives, our days today, to have better family relationships, better spousal relationship, better parent, father-son, father-daughter, mother-son, mother-daughter relationships. This is what matters today, friends. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. God bless you, everyone. This is Armen Harayan from TorqueNews.com. Please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla and electric vehicle news, and I guess also for good values. And ring the bell so you don't miss my next Tesla EV story. And also give us thumbs up if you found this report helpful and interesting. God bless you, everyone. Peace be with all of you, and wishing good communication, good family communication to all your families and loved ones. See you soon in our next report.